Good evening, I'm Jacob Reimer. Just one more sleep until the Ohio State football team takes on Rutgers. The Buckeyes are currently 32.5-point favorites over the Scarlet Knights. It's the last game in Ohio Stadium for the season. Kickoff is at high noon, and coverage begins here on The Fan tomorrow morning at 10:30. In the NFL, the Cincinnati Bengals have activated tight end Mike Gesicki from the injured reserve, while also placing cornerback Cam Taylor-Britt on the IR due to a foot injury. The Bengals also say quarterback Joe Burrow is questionable for Sunday's game against New England. Burrow has been out since September 14th. NBA tonight, the Cavs continue their 6-game homestand as they welcome in the Indiana Pacers. Tip-off is at 7 o'clock. And college basketball tonight in the top 25, number 6 Louisville is at Cincinnati. Number 17 Michigan State hosts Detroit, and number 1 Purdue squares off with 15th-ranked Texas Tech in the Bahamas. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Bring it up for Ohio State.
You've waited all day for this.
Don't let that team stand away. He's going to take it to the house. 85 yards. Down the right side going Devin Smith. Got it at the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown.
The one show that's nothing but the Buckeyes.
Oh! Graham Rucker for the touchdown. Graham shoots it high on the right for 3.
This is the Buckeye Show.
Off and rolling here on a Football Friday. I am Brandon Beam, hanging out with my guy, the Murph Dog, Patrick Murphy, Reimer behind the glass. Patrick, happy Football Friday to you, my friend. Tomorrow, Senior Day. Buckeyes against Rutgers, high noon over at the Horseshoe. What's going on, buddy? Good to talk to you.
Yeah, good to see you. We were just talking about the fact I've been remotely talking to you. We've texted, but we haven't actually seen each other because Austin was here last Thursday I wasn't here.
Yeah.
I think Austin was here because there was a Blue Jackets game one of the days this week, and then Biddle and I did the show last Friday. So,
I was off last Friday.
Yeah, which I admit, I walked in and I saw Dave here, and I was like, what's going on? And he was like,
what is
nothing.
this, the Bucknuts Morning 5?
Yeah, I pulled up the schedule. I was like, oh, Beam is not working.
I should have texted you.
I just said, no, I should look at the schedule that is sent to me to let me know these very things. I mean, it's fine. Like, I'll work with whoever. And obviously, I've worked with Dave for years now. So it was no problem. But I walked in and I was like, what is Biddle doing here?
What is he doing here? Is this like a 3-man booth tonight? Or
I just thought maybe he was hanging out. Maybe he was doing the show. I don't know. I didn't know what to think.
That's okay. I've had a stressful week. Again, we got a leak in our front yard, so we're trying to get that taken care of.
Awful.
I didn't even think about texting you last Friday because we had the city coming out. It's been a whole thing. But anyways, let's talk about some Buckeyes. We got a great show lined up for you here this evening. Carp, he's going to join us coming up here around 6:17. He'll give his thoughts on Senior Day and everything going on with the Buckeyes in our next segment. We'll have Beers and Buckeyes with not Patrick Murphy, who we usually do at 6:30. But Pat, since you're here, we're going to have it with our defensive line friend, former defensive lineman, national champion, All-American Michael Bennett. He's going to join us at 6:30. We'll get into our Power 5 at 6:46. Power 5 favorite things about Thanksgiving. Reimer and I were workshopping this last night during the Ohio State men's basketball game, which if you didn't watch that or listen to it, it was a great performance by the Buckeyes last night on the hardwood. I think it was their most complete performance that they had. Anyways, we'll get to that at a later point in time. But Reimer's like, what about 5 favorite Thanksgiving food dishes? I'm like, I feel like everyone does that. We're going to go just 5 favorite things about Thanksgiving. You know, what old people say, maybe some political discourse, who knows, football on the TV, all kinds of good stuff. So we'll do that coming up at 6:46. We'll get into the pulse at 7 o'clock, what we're most looking forward to in the college football weekend. We'll hear from some of the seniors from Ohio State media availability, which happened on Wednesday. And then Tony Gerdeman, a Buckeye Huddle, he's going to join us coming up here at 7:30. Pat, what is your big thought on the Buckeyes as we sit here at 6:05 on a Friday night? And why is it the maybe or maybe not availability of Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate?
I was going to say we're approaching the limit that you can go talking about the Buckeyes this week without bringing up Jeremiah Smith or Carnell Tate.
It was 3 minutes.
Yeah, I know. 4 is where you hit the buzzer and
correct.
you get shocked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely it. That's been the talk of this week. Everybody I talked to that's a Buckeye fan. I went to the doctor on Tuesday morning, one of these mornings. And we finished with my appointment. And he's like, so what's going on with Carnell Tate and Jeremiah? Like, there was not even a beat between them, which I appreciated. It was awesome. Look,
everyone wants to know, and I don't want to put words into your mouth, but I think you and me and Austin and whoever that you talk to that may be a little bit like associated with this team or covers them or does what we do, we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know. And again, like last night's show was the same thing. I think when you go back and listen to Tuesday's show with me and Austin, when you go and listen to me and Justin Zwick on Wednesday, it's been the same thing all week. We just don't know.
I can tell you for certain that there are people in that building that work in that building every day that don't know what's going to happen on Saturday. Now, there are people that have an idea, and obviously Ryan Day he's kept abreast of the situation and all that. But I mean, like that's just kind of how they're handling it. And I think you could make arguments that, hey, look, if you're Ryan Day, you want to calm this little storm out here, but also Ryan Day's not even paying attention to that. He's busy focused on Rutgers and this team. I also understand the competitive advantage of, hey, let's not put this stuff out here. And if we're going to do it with one guy, we have to do it with other guys. So we're going to find out 2 hours before kickoff when that availability report comes out. So 10 a.m. tomorrow will be a big time. The fortunate thing is that say they both sit out. Mm-hmm. Say Caleb Downs sits out. I'm not saying that's going to happen. Just Caleb also didn't play the second half. No, not at all. Okay. Just you could take. Okay. I think you could take a number of these starters out of this. Not all of the starters, and you could still probably beat Rutgers. I've had some people say to me
they got a really good offense.
They've got a good offense.
Good special teams too.
I was going to say really good for them. Really good for them.
Yeah.
Their defense stinks.
The defense is awful. But they're like 54th in scoring offense, which is like fine. You should be able to still handle that. I also think that people who have suggested, hey, if you don't have your top wide receivers, maybe you sit Julian Sayin, who also tweaked his ankle, and you just run the ball and work on that. Well, Julian Sayin, is still in his first year starting. Like, he's not a finished product yet. He needs reps. He's about to play some of the biggest games of his life. And he also needs reps with some of these backup receivers. Like, this could, say you get to a big play and Jeremiah's shoelace comes undone and you need Mylan Graham in there to make a play.
Or his helmet pops off the play before.
Right, exactly. Now Julian and Mylan have, a game and a half, let's say, if Jeremiah and Carnell don't play tomorrow, where they've built some real in-game chemistry. And we saw last week, it was hit or miss with some of those guys, right? He hit
still 75% completion percentage.
Oh, yeah.
I would say his numbers were pedestrian
for him.
For Julian Sayin.
Yeah.
Right? Like, not for the rest of college football, but for Julian Sayin as to what we've come to expect from him this season, they were pretty pedestrian.
Yeah. And I went back and watched Julian again, and I wrote about it this week. It wasn't just that there weren't everybody out there. Like, he just didn't have his best game. He made some throws. There was even a throw to Jeremiah early in the game that was way off target. Mm-hmm. And it just wasn't, for the first time all season, Julian didn't look like a rock star. And that's okay because, as you said, he was still pretty good. And so we'll find out tomorrow with these injuries. I think the Buckeyes have handled this year really well. This is really the first time we've had these in-depth conversation about injuries, and we're in week 13 of the college football season. The Buckeyes are about to play their 11th game. So obviously you'd like
it's the first bit of drama. You've gotten to almost the second to last week of the season. And I know there was maybe a little bit of drama a couple of weeks ago with the status of Carnell Tate. And in the game when you didn't know what was going on with him, it's like, why is he not playing in this game? Mm-hmm. And he was fully dressed. And last week, obviously, he didn't even give it a go. But you've made it to November outside of the Texas game pretty much stress-free.
Yeah. You've won every game by 18 points or more outside of that game. So I think they've handled it well. Injuries are going to happen. This is football, right?
Correct.
Injuries happen in any sport. This is a contact sport, as contact as you can get, and you're going to have some injuries. It's unfortunate that it's two wide receivers who are two key pieces for you.
The best in the country.
Yeah, but look at last year. You lost two critical pieces of your offensive line. You still won the national championship. So I'm not saying that this isn't a big deal, because it is if these guys are dealing with stuff, but I think they're managing it the best way possible.
What else is burning in your brain about the Buckeyes outside of the injury issues, perhaps or perhaps not, with Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate? Outside of that, what are you most intrigued about tomorrow?
Yeah, I think just the senior day. I always think it's cool.
It is cool
to have guys, and I know we'll talk about it, to have that opportunity to go out there and walk out and with your family and get your picture taken with the framed photo or framed jersey and all that stuff. This is a reward for the guys. Well, it used to be a reward for the guys that stuck around for 4 years. Now there's several guys who have only been here for a year or 2 years, but that's the way college football is. But it's a reward for guys who played that long and stayed with college football. And it's always neat to be a part of. I've been on the field for it. I've sat up in the press box. I've been in the stands for it. Any way you watch it, it's cool. And I think had we not been dealing with this injury talk this week, would have been a lot more talk about these seniors, what they've accomplished, maybe some of what they haven't accomplished that they still want to, which is they talked about on Wednesday night. And I think it's good that they still have things that they want to do. Not that losing to Michigan or not winning a Big Ten championship is great, but there is still things to accomplish for these guys, and their story is not yet written.
Yeah, and I think, too, maybe the most fascinating part, and again, they can't do anything about this. I guess they could, depending on if they leave after 3 years, if they stay the 4, or if they leave after their 5th year. But I think the most interesting part about Senior Day is depending on if you're an odd year, and we were talking to Joshua Perry last night about it, how you are playing the penultimate game at home, right? Like you're not playing Michigan at home. And if you're an even year, you are playing the Michigan game at home. And just what that is like given the circumstances of every different year, depending on your graduating class, and kind of what that looks like. Because this whole week, Pat, like we've talked about Rutgers a little tiny bit, right? Like in what they're good at and what they're not good at. And again, if you didn't listen all week, Rutgers, pretty good on offense, very bad with rush defense, like historically bad for them, which you would think opposite of what Greg Schiano is good at. But you're almost going into Senior Day tomorrow, not even expecting a win, at least from outside of the facility. I know that's not the message inside of there, but you're going in expecting this game's going to be over in the first quarter. It's going to be stress-free, but then you got to ratchet yourself up back next week. So it's interesting to me the different year and when Senior Day falls upon and just what the reception is like given the standard of, I guess, each game that you play in and how different that is.
I remember talking to a buddy, I think it was our freshman year of college, the old NCAA video game before they redid it, how, you could create your player and go through your whole road to glory or whatever. And we were talking at one point about just like, well, you want to be at Ohio State for a year when you have Michigan for your Senior Day, right? And we got into this whole conversation about like, well, do you? Because like, it's a little bit stressful. Like if you have it on Michigan Day, you're probably so much thinking about Michigan that maybe you just
don't blow past.
Yeah, I mean, you just don't. You don't enjoy it probably as much as if it's Rutgers, right, or whoever. So I think there's you'd probably have to talk to guys who have done it and compare and contrast stories. But I think it is an interesting dynamic. And like think about a guy like Sonny Styles. He reclassifies. Yeah, he could have been next year at home against Michigan. Right?
It's been nice to have him.
No, it's been great
for the time that he's been here, though. The good news for you tonight is that we've got a guy who graduated in an odd year coming up next in Bobby Carpenter, and then we've got Michael Bennett who graduated in an even year and won a national championship. So we're going to ask them back to back. Carp, he's going to join us coming up next. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
The only workplace in America to participate in the Doorknob Fart Game. And we also play office basketball and sometimes do radio. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Come on, kids, we're going to Grandma's house.
Grandma's house! Grandma's house! What do we do to be safe and ready to go? We buckle up. Buckle up.
Phones down.
Phones down. And when we go, take it slow. And if you drink,
don't drive. And off we go.
ODOT, the Ohio State Highway Patrol, and the Ohio Traffic Safety Office are doing their part to keep roads safe. Do your part to make sure everyone makes it home safe for the holidays.
Our students need more than backpacks and pencils to succeed in our schools and in life. It takes a whole team of dedicated professionals to meet their needs so they can reach their full potential. I'm Ohio Education Association President Jeff Winsing. This American Education Week, let's stand together in support of the teachers, the paraeducators, school bus drivers, custodians, secretaries, and so many others who work together to serve Ohio's public school students. Because in Ohio, public education matters.
You get up early on snow days because snowed in is not an option. The Kubota Snow lineup of compact tractors, RTVs, and versatile attachments are built to thrive in the winter. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $4,000. Now through December 31st, see us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Find your local Kubota dealer at BuckeyeKubotaDealers.com.
Experience Buckeye game day like never before. Welcome to the 1922 Club, the most exclusive space inside Ohio Stadium, where luxury meets tradition in the heart of Buckeye Nation. Enjoy upscale food and beverages and a game day atmosphere like no other. Create lasting memories with friends and mingling with other Buckeye fans, and celebrate every OHIO in ultimate comfort. Become a member of the 1922 Club today. Memberships are limited. Visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a Buckeye, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce. And jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Picture it. Your holiday table. The family cooking together. The scent of golden brown bread. Rosemary from roasted potatoes. And a salad so crisp it snaps. Spiced cider in every glass. Laughter around every plate. At Kroger, we know these moments matter. And we make it easier to bring them to life with quality that's affordable in every aisle. This season, don't just host. Make every moment unforgettable. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium presented by Experience Columbus. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium tours offer a variety of options and pricing. For more information, visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com and book your tour. Ohio Stadium Tours, presented by Experience Columbus.
Hey Buckeyes, I'm John Chabot with Surest, a digital-first health plan designed to make healthcare simple and affordable right here in Ohio. At Surest, we believe healthy small businesses are vital to our economy. That's why we're ready to give your small business a VIP opportunity through our small business sweepstakes. Winners will be recognized on the sideline at an Ohio State home football game. To enter, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Surest. That's SUREST. Surest, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Back in the day, if you wanted to listen to the Fan, you turned on the radio, and that was the end of the story. But now, oh baby, stream us live on the Fan app. TuneIn app, iHeart app, we're everywhere. The Fan, Ohio's streaming destination. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A damp finish on this Friday with cloudy skies and showers and temperatures right around 50 degrees. It will be a damp night for high school football or for whatever you have planned. Into your Saturday morning, showers out, cloudy skies to begin right around 40 early in the day. We'll dry it out and see the sunshine. A nice day for that Buckeye game and a nice afternoon beyond that. Temperatures right around 50 degrees. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
All Buckeyes, all the time. You are listening to The Buckeye Show.
Before we get out to Carp and check in with him about Senior Day, we've got an extravaganza here this evening. We've got 2 pairs of tickets to Ohio State versus Mount St. Mary's next Tuesday during Thanksgiving week. We also have a pair of tickets to go to watch Ohio State and Rutgers tomorrow at the Horseshoe for Senior Day. So right now, Pat, why don't you give us a number?
8.
Caller number 8, 614-821-9710. You call in, you get into Reimer, you're going to be walking away with a pair of tickets to go watch Ohio State basketball against Mount St. Mary's. We'll do the football tickets in the 7 o'clock hour, and then we'll do the rest of the basketball tickets in the 7 o'clock hour as well. 614-821-9710. Call in right now, get into Reimer. You're going to be going to watch the Buckeyes take on Mount St. Mary's in hoops.
The Mount.
Next Tuesday. Right now, we head out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Check with our great friend. He is the General Bobby Carpenter. Carp, what's happening? Happy Friday to you. What's going on?
Oh, great Friday night, Beam. And, I was talking with Schleggs today on our Bobby Carpenter show that's on, YouTube and FanDuel. And it's amazing to kind of think about Senior Day because it always just kind of brings you back to the emotions of it. When you get to Ohio State, you think you're going to run through that tunnel 1,000 times. And the reality is you're probably going to run through it in the mid-20s. And the first couple are unreal, and then you get kind of numb to it. And then as you start to look at the schedule, you're like, wow, we have like 2 home games left or 3 home games left. And you realize that it's a finite time in your life of being able to do it. And like you can see the couple, I don't know if you saw the OSU football social media stuff, and they're tweeting out guys and Instagram of like a couple sands in the top of the hourglass. And that's what it ultimately becomes. And it's a very sobering thought that will be their last time going through that ramp in full gear, ready to go out there and put on a show for Buckeye Nation.
Well, and two, I mean, you think about the way that this season has gone, Bob, and for the seniors in this class, it's not many guys, if any, that have beaten Michigan, right? Like, they still have some things to accomplish in their career. Yeah, everyone on this team, other than the freshmen, have won national championships. But the guys tomorrow who are running out of that locker room, who are coming down the tunnel, who are going to be introduced to give the bouquet of flowers to their mom and get their minute of sunshine before kicking it off against Rutgers, there is still a mission to be had out. And I know that Ryan Day has talked about it all this week. Like, we can't get distracted. We can't get distracted. And they've been very good at that so far this season. But it is interesting, too, because it's not the Michigan game. And I know that your last year at Ohio State, you did this same thing, right? Like, your senior day was the week before Michigan. So it's just a very weird juxtaposition. If you graduated in an even class, if you graduated in an odd class, I feel like the vibes are very different given the last home game that you've played.
It's amazing because we played Northwestern, which was kind of akin to Rutgers. And it's wild because I always wished it would have been on, Michigan, even number year where you're able to go out there and you run through the tunnel of pride. They call your name, you go play Michigan. But honestly, I was glad that it wasn't because we played Northwestern. I was the first guy to get called out, and so that was kind of wild. Like, you don't have time to really kind of embrace it in the tunnel. But then at the same time, I got to watch all of my teammates come out. They got to see their parents, hug their parents, hug them. It's like just knowing that you become friends not only with the players but with their families. And you don't have to, you're not playing a big game. If we were playing Northwestern, I think we won the game, 45-7 or
As
whatever it was. And you act accordingly. But with that, we also got the opportunity. I was talking with Schlegs about this today, where late, like in the middle of the third quarter, they, we're out there on the field, and defensively, we had a lot of seniors. I think we had 8 senior starters, and they pulled they're calling timeout. They pulled the defensive line, then they pulled the safety. They called a timeout at some point in there, and I come off the field, and I'm like, Vic, what the hell? What are you doing? You're taking guys off, whatever. He's like, we're trying to do something nice, you guys. Just chill for just 5 seconds. I didn't realize it, but like they were giving everybody curtain
They're giving
calls.
you your moment, yeah.
Like, so we got the introduction at the beginning, and then at the end it was James and Marcus, and I forget who else it was, maybe Austin Spiller or someone running out, like Chad Hoover, guys all running out there, and they took AJ Schlegs and I all off the field at the same time, and to get the standing O with guys that you love, that you played with in the stadium, and that's your last play in there, to juxtapose it to running out was pretty special. And that's this thing those guys are going to have to take on tomorrow. And that's what's beautiful about playing Rutgers and maybe not playing Michigan, where you can kind of enjoy that and embrace it, as opposed to being worried about, beating your rival, making sure you get into Indy and everything else. And just go out there and play tomorrow, and you're going to play great, and the things are going to all take care of themselves.
Speaking of those guys, we got Carp with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. I was cleaning out my basement the other day, Bob, and I found the infamous Sonny Unger Award ball, and I didn't even know that I had this. I've got a signed ball from that Sonny Unger Award from you, AJ, Schlegs, and Kirk Herbstreit, who was there at the time. And we've talked about this night so much, and it just reminds me of the way that you were talking about, getting to live that with your best friends and being AJ and of course Schlegs. And I found that the other day, and I was like, this seems like a fitting week to be able to find this ball. And then what was one of the more infamous moments maybe in Dayton history following your guys' senior season.
Well, And, one of the other attendees there was Nick Mangold being a Kettering Altar Knight, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, you got it.
And Nuge was there too. And watching AJ on McAfee, we got a care package. It was sent over from New Jersey, and AJ and I are in a group text. It was called the Pallbearers. We changed it to the Great 8 because that was a little bit rough. And they had all of the stuff that I don't know if you saw, being the silhouette, pictures of Nick Mangold, the shirts and the hats. And AJ, I went and dropped it off, and I actually gave him the wrong size, so I got to change out sizes with him for the shirt. But he had the hat on, and it's got Jets on one side, and on the back side of it, you spin it around. That's
trademark
look. Yes, it has his silhouette with the backwards hat, the sunglasses, and the flowing beard and hair. And it's another moment when you think about this. Our senior day was 20 years ago, and that's it's a big part of it. And him being at that Sonny Younger banquet, I don't know if any of those signatures are legible. There might be a couple hidden photo hunt fallacies if you can really look in there, Beam. If you dig on in and really try to break it down. But it's a special time, and those guys are going to get a chance to experience that tomorrow. And it's awesome, but it's very saddening. I know it will be for the parents, the Stiles family out there.
Of course.
Lorenzo Sr. who played here, and then both of your boys on the same day, and having just great ends to their career, and there's still more of the story left to be written. And as Ryan Day says, you've got the pen. You get to write your final pages and final chapter, and this is going to be part of it. And hopefully, in true J.R.R. Tolkien form, there'll be hopefully a fantastic ending to put on there.
Did Berm tell you his story on Monday about what he heard from the referee and Sonny when Lorenzo scored on the punt return last weekend?
It's the greatest thing ever. When Berm was like, Sonny's like, he's my brother, and the guy's like, oh, well, okay.
Okay, I guess I'll let you go.
And not like brother in the term of brotherhood. We're all family here.
No.
He's my literal genetic biological brother. See the back of the name, the jerseys. We're both together. And I asked Sonny this week in the weight room. I go, have you scored a touchdown? He's like, nah, man. He's like, did you get one? I go, no, I didn't. I go, I had a chance to return a punt, and I think Quinn Pitcock, a punt return, we blocked punt, and I think Quinn fell on the back of my leg.
Shout out to Pickwa, Ohio. He's a legend.
AJ,
legend.
Yeah, well, a GWAL guy, and then AJ stole the glory, and he scooped it up and ran it in. I got one touchdown in the NFL, but none at Ohio Stadium. And I go, that's the greatest thing ever. I couldn't even imagine what it'd be like running in there, north or south stands, whatever, and just embracing everything. Because as a kid, you grow up, everybody dreams of playing there and scoring a touchdown and making a huge play. And part of a lot of big plays and sacks and fumble recoveries, interceptions, but never getting in the end zone. So to see that for Lorenzo, who is kind of the unspoken brother when we talk about it, he's been a big part of this defense, but maybe obviously not the awards and how heralded Sonny is. And so to see him get his moment and to see how happy his brother was for him, man, that warmed my heart in a big way.
Yeah, if you got to, throw a flag if you're the referee, then I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that. And Sonny said, you know what? I don't care. This is my brother. This is a lifelong memory that we're making. And maybe they can get one tomorrow, too. Maybe Sonny can cap off senior day with a pick six or a fumble recovery. Bob, always appreciate the time. Thanks so much for hopping on with us. Have a great rest of your Friday night. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your Thanksgiving, because we're not going to be on the air next Thursday or Friday. So I will check in with you again, hopefully maybe before the Big Ten Championship, all right?
Absolutely, Beamer. My pleasure as always.
There goes Carp with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Also, big congratulations to Christian. He knew that he needed to be caller number 8. He's going to watch Buckeye Hoops against the Mount next Tuesday. Again, we got Buckeye football tickets to give away for Rutgers tomorrow, and then more Hoops tickets coming up in the 7 o'clock hour. From an odd year to an even year, We're going to check in with former Ohio State defensive lineman Michael Bennett. We'll ask him about his senior day experience coming up here in 2 minutes. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
Delaware County Veterans Services, here for those who served. Located on the ground floor of the historic courthouse in downtown Delaware, our team of veteran county veteran service officers is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Need a ride to a VA appointment, facing a financial emergency? Are you or your spouse simply looking for answers? Then give Delaware County Veterans Services a call. 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment. Delaware County Veterans Services.
Hey Columbus, it's Lorenzo Stiles Jr., Ohio State student athlete. It's football season, and just like on the field, success starts with the right game plan and the right team. That's why I'm proud to team up with Monogram Homes. They're the true custom home builder, bringing precision, creativity, and attention to every detail, just like we do on Saturdays. If you're ready to build, don't settle for standard. Go custom. Go Monogram. Visit monogramhomes.net to start building today. Monogram Homes, a builder you can trust.
Buckeye fans, this is for you. Level up with the brand new AAA Buckeyes MVP membership. You'll receive all the benefits of AAA, such as 24/7 roadside assistance, plus chances to win tickets to Ohio State sporting events, access to exclusive MVP experiences, along with 10% off select gear at the Ohio State Team Shop. Already a AAA member? Add the Buckeyes MVP membership for free. Head to AAA.com/Buckeyes to upgrade or join the squad and put your fandom in drive.
They're trained. They're prepared. Let's do it. They're Ohio's undefeated plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling team. And they're here to tackle your problems. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource, proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Drink up, Slappy.
It's time for Beers and Buckeyes with Patrick Murphy.
Filling in for Patrick Murphy tonight, he is the venerable Mr. Esquire, former Buckeye national champion defensive lineman, Michael Bennett. Mike, what's happening? Happy Friday. Thanks for filling in for Pat. Pat is to the right of me, so tradition, we have a new guest on Friday. What's going on, buddy?
Quite an upgrade here to get Mike over me.
Yeah, what's going on?
Happy Friday, gentlemen. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, of course. We were just talking to Bob in our last segment, Mike, and Bobby was a odd year graduate of Ohio State. We talked to Joshua Perry last night, was an odd year graduate of Ohio State. Their senior days came the week before the Michigan game. Now, you were an even year graduate, and you went out there. Your senior day was, of course, in that 2014 season that culminated in a national championship. What is it like going through that day as a senior, Mike, when you've got everything on the line, especially from your guys' perspective from that season, going into the Michigan game and comparing that to the week before, I guess, before those guys had to head up to the big house the next week?
I mean, it's definitely when Michigan is your senior day, it's hard to compartmentalize that, right? Because a senior day, you're reflecting on your journey, you're reflecting on the guys you came in with and all that kind of stuff. And so it's like an emotional day. Your parents are there. It's all of that. But then you got to go play Michigan. You got to go win a game. And for us, there was a lot on the line. You guys know that. We're still kind of on the bubble, on the fence. And so we had to prove something. We had to make sure we got over that hurdle. There were a lot of other factors that just made it like just not a bittersweet day, but an odd day where there was stuff in flux. So it was really like trying to make sure you stayed in the moment, stayed focused, and didn't get lost in your reflections.
What was it like coming out of that tunnel? You do it however many times you did throughout your career, but to do it in that way when they're calling your name and doing all this stuff, how different was that than every other time you ran out of there?
Yeah, it was really just trying not to get too emotional about it, because there's so many memories that hit you and you're like, wow, this is really coming to an end, but you can't get lost in it because you have a job to do. So it's such an odd experience because, you're trying to take it all in. You're looking up at the at the fans. You're looking at the stadium, and like it just stuff's flooding back to you, and you're trying not to get too sentimental because you're running out there to perform a job, to get the job done and all this kind of stuff against your bitter rival. So, you try to stay locked in. Like you'll see, I don't know if you've seen pictures of me on my senior day. I've got like this really hard look to me because I'm like I don't know. Like, am I supposed to be happy right now? Am I supposed to be sad? Am I supposed to be a warrior? So you're really just, for me, it was just trying to stay in the mindset of like, I'm about to go be in the trenches against a good Michigan team. And we need this win.
Is there any other way to replicate that feeling, Mike, in front of, or aside from running out in front of 105,000 people? Because I feel like that'd be pretty tough to replicate in any other walk of life.
There's nothing like it, man. Yeah. There's nothing like it. It's the closest thing you can get to being a gladiator in the Coliseum. 110,000 people cheering for you, and just like you've been down on the field during those very just boisterous crowds. You understand how that feels, and just
they're not cheering my name though; they're cheering yours.
But you're feeling it still. You're feeling the energy. It's all focused. Everything's just focused down onto that field, and you're looking up at it, and you're like, man, these people came out to be entertained by us. They came out to be entertained by me and my teammates, and like. There's, I'm sure there are incredible experiences in this life, but that's something that you're not going to get something like that in a different, situation. It's not, you can't replicate it.
We've got Mike Bennett with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Mike, we'll talk about this tomorrow for sure when you're doing the post-game show with me, probably 4:30 in the afternoon, 4 o'clock-ish, as Ohio State gets done with Rutgers tomorrow on Senior Day. But when it comes to this team, right? Like, what's your concern level, given all the conversation that has been had this week amongst Buckeye fans, amongst us doing this job, amongst former players, with Jeremiah Smith going out at halftime, and the uncertainty of him and Carnell Tate's health during this stretch run, where you've got obviously Senior Day tomorrow, and then what's coming around the corner next Saturday?
I'm not concerned about it at all. Last week wasn't, a super challenging game. This week's not going to be a particularly challenging game. You still don't want to get caught by a team you're supposed to beat. But I think this team is at a level where, mentally, where they're not going to let it slide. They're going to handle their business. It might not be a 60-point blowout, but I have confidence in this team that they'll come away with a win. And so it's a good week to rest your playmakers who might be a little banged up. It's a long season. It's a grueling season. So you need to make sure that they're ready to go into that Michigan week and the postseason. So I think it makes a lot of sense that they, might sit guys. I don't know. I haven't read up on who's not going to play and who's going to play.
We don't know. We'll find out tomorrow at 10 o'clock.
Yeah. So maybe, we don't know what they're dealing with. We don't know what their injuries are. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't play. Because you don't want to just kind of push them into it and then lose them for the Michigan game. So, but I'm not concerned about that. If it was a bigger issue, then I don't think it would have been something as small as he left at halftime. You know what I mean? That's like a cart off the field type thing. And so I think they're probably just doing maintenance, being extra cautious because, we understand that they're trying to go deep into the postseason. We understand that we're going on year 5 and we need to beat our rival. So I don't think that Rutgers is going to be the team where we're you need to tough it out and go put up 100 receiving yards against Rutgers and potentially exacerbate whatever injury you're dealing with.
I tried to find a picture of you on Senior Day, and the best one I could find, you can't even see your face because you just sacked Devin Gardner for 29 yards, and he's sitting on your
29 yards.
That's what it says here.
Whoa.
29-yard loss by Michael Bennett.
Guys. That's what I do, fellas. I think there's a picture of me shaking Urban's hand, and I just have a scowl on my face. And there's another picture of me with my parents, and I got a scowl on my face. And I just didn't know. I was like, man, I'm about to go to just battle, and I'm taking photo ops.
Was this actual internal monologue for you? Was this a serious thing?
Michigan is always. I took that very, very seriously, and they were a good team. Their O-line was strong. They had a lot going for them on the O-line, so I knew it was going to be a battle. And And I just didn't like the senior, like it was a lot. Cause like I said, you start getting flooded with these emotions, and you gotta shut it off. You gotta put that wall up and be like, this isn't the time, we'll reflect on this later. Like we'll put it away for a minute. But when you're getting just hit with emotion after emotion, I didn't want to lose myself to that.
What was it like the week before Michigan each year? I know your senior year, you guys played Indiana, but just those games, it's coming, and you still have to go out and execute in that game before. But what is that like for guys who have never gone through it?
Yeah, I think that's probably one of the things that's most impressive to me about Ryan Day-led teams is it's so easy to think ahead and to look at the next week's game, especially, when the next week is Michigan. It's so easy to just get lost in that and be like, oh, we're going up against a team that really shouldn't challenge us too much. And so you start thinking ahead. Maybe you watch a little film on Michigan. You take care of yourself a little bit more at practice because you're like, you don't have to go as hard in scout team. And then you get to the game and you're like, oh, all right, here we go. Let's take care of business. I'm still going to try hard and all that kind of stuff. But you don't want to get hurt because you got this big game next week. But I don't see that in these Ryan Day-led teams. It seems like he does such a good job keeping his teams focused on the week that they're in, and they'll handle their business whenever that, against that team up north, whenever it comes. But he does a good job keeping them present. And so that was, we struggle. I do think we struggle with that. I think that's a very college football thing, is when you're an overpowered team and you're going up against a team that doesn't really have business challenging you, it's really easy to kind of get comfortable. And that's when you start seeing those Purdue games and you're like, why is Purdue in this game with us? Why is a bad Michigan State team in this game with us? Why is, such and such giving Ohio State an issue? And usually it's because the guys are like, we're going to beat this team, so blah, blah, blah. I can do whatever I want in the week leading up, and we'll figure something out. We got enough talent that someone will make a play, and just, every now and then that doesn't happen.
I feel like that's the most impressive part of this team so far this season, Mike. Where you've never felt like it's been in doubt. They've just kind of been a boa constrictor. A team goes up early on you, a la Purdue or Minnesota. You're like, it doesn't even matter. And for them to stay that focused game in, game out, I think is one of the most impressive characteristic traits, especially after winning a national championship last season.
Yeah, Brandon, we've talked about it. You're coming off a national championship season. Guys are getting paid a lot of money now. Mm-hmm. Being able to keep a team motivated, focused, professional and it's not, like I said, it's not, a team full of 22 to 35-year-olds. It's college-age guys, 18, sometimes 17 to 22, that you're having to keep them focused amidst all of the distractions on campus, amidst all of the distractions now that they have businesses and stuff like that. You got to keep them selfless now that they're making money, now that they're eyeballing bigger deals in the NFL. So I don't know what Ryan Day does that in that locker room, but he keeps his guys focused. It's one of the most professional teams I've seen in my experience with college football, and he does it year in and year out.
Mike, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on tonight. I will talk to you tomorrow after Rutgers, all right?
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me on, guys. Go Bucks.
There he goes, our guy, former national champion, defensive lineman, All-American Michael Bennett with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. We're going to do our Power 5 favorite things about Thanksgiving coming up next. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
We're the highest rated sports radio station in America. There's no joke there. We just are. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Technology is meant to connect us, but when organizations rely on disconnected systems and outdated platforms, it's no wonder teams struggle to move as one. Plant Moran joins your team to close the gaps between strategy and execution, and between your people and your technology. Together, we design smart roadmaps and modernize systems so you can streamline operations, access accurate insights in real time, and become AI ready. Plant Moran, your goals and tech strategy in sync.
Rick Germain called me the other day and said, Mikey, we need you back at Germain Nissan. The dealership misses you, and people are forgetting how awesome Nissans are. I'm a dude that's owned pretty much every Nissan under the sun, and I'm excited to go back in and get my hands dirty. You have to be crazy not to consider a Nissan from Germain Nissan. J.D. Power ranked Nissan #1 in customer satisfaction among mainstream brands. Plus, with Germain's $1,000 price promise, no one will sell you a Nissan for less. Germain Nissan, 4300 Morse Road, GermainNissan.com.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast-track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
At Metal Supermarkets, we're all about getting you and your crew to quit in time sooner. That's why our service is a cut above. You see, no matter the project, we'll get you to the right metal, shape, and grade. Cut to any size, ready real fast. And yeah, we'll deliver. Leaving plenty of time for the important things, like opening an ice-cold can of aluminum. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience store for metal.
Experience Buckeye Game Day like never before. Welcome to the 1922 Club, the most exclusive space inside Ohio Stadium, where luxury meets tradition in the heart of Buckeye Nation. Enjoy upscale food and beverages and a game day atmosphere like no other. Create lasting memories with friends and mingling with other Buckeye fans, and celebrate every OHIO in ultimate comfort. Become a member of the 1922 Club today. Memberships are limited. Visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com.
Toyota-thon on, and there's no better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota, like the best-selling Toyota Camry. Now through December 1st, get 4.75 APR financing on remaining new 25 Camrys, or lease a new 26 Camry LE for $269 a month for 39 months with $36.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS, tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details, or go to toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Donato's is bringing you huge savings on a large pizza. For a limited time, get any large one-topping Donato's pizza for just $10.99 when you order online and pick it up. That's right, just $10.99. I'm going with that pepperoni, but hey, you pick your favorite topping. Then pick up your large one-topping pizza for just $10.99 when you order online using promo code PICKUP. That's promo code PICKUP. Pick up your Donato's and save today.
Come on over to Heartland and join our family.
Now, getting ahead in this world is not as complicated as it might seem. Having the early guidance and counsel of your community banker, one who knows you and your family's story, can make a great deal of difference. Relationships matter. Bank on community banking. I'm Scott McComb. Coming over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Starting Monday, it's Rivalry Week, or as we like to call it, Beat Michigan Week, or Try Not to Get Pepper Sprayed Week. Rivalry Week sounds better. Let's go with that.
Rivalry Week on the Fan is sponsored by your Central Ohio Toyota dealers.
Ryan Day's proven he has what it takes to win a natty, but can he take control of the biggest rivalry in sports? Will Julian Sayin or Jeremiah Smith have a Heisman moment? Will the fan staff consume 500 wings in a single setting? Let's find out together. Proud to be your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. The best damn radio show in the land. You're listening to The Buckeye Show.
We're on The Buckeye Show, brought to you by our good friends over at CareSource and United Healthcare. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us this evening, whether you're listening on radio, you're watching on the YouTube stream. Thanks for everybody for coming in the YouTube chat. We always do appreciate it, what you guys are doing. If you miss any of the show, you can also go back and listen to the podcast wherever you get your podcast at. You know what? It's a Friday night, about 6:50. Let's rank some things.
It's time for the Buckeye Show's Power 5.
Sponsored by Midwest Cards. Experience collecting in a whole new way.
All right. Reimer and I were talking about this last night. We were really workshopping the Power 5. Next week for us, as a show goes, it's going to be a quick one, right? Like Monday, we got Buckeye Roundtable, of course. You can hear that at its normal time. We're usually not here on Monday. Tuesday, we got a basketball game. Wednesday, we have 30 minutes. Thursday is Thanksgiving. And then Friday, we've got another basketball game. So, in honor of Thanksgiving, which happens 6 days away from right now, and I feel like the favorite 5 dishes at Thanksgiving is a little bit played out. We're just doing 5 favorite things about Thanksgiving. Could be anything about the day that you want. I will start first, and then Pat will go to you. Reimer will go to you. Number 5, favorite thing about Thanksgiving. It's just football, right? All kinds of football it's on. College has started entering the fray, and I don't know if that happened a couple of years ago. I feel like when your team plays on Thanksgiving, it is rather stressful. Of course, if you're a Lions fan or you're a Cowboys fan, like, bless you for having to deal with that each and every year, especially the recent history of the Lions. I know they've been good for the last 4 or 5 years, but that was always a day I feel like that you dreaded probably as a Lions fan. Cowboys have maybe gone the opposite end of what the Lions have done since the Lions got good. They've kind of exchanged things there. But, yeah, it's just the football being on all day long, which is terrific. And whether or not you are even a big fan of football, I feel like it's just there, right? You get the parade in the morning, and then you're just on to football while you low and slow that turkey all day. That's number 5 for me, football. Just being around, existing on that day.
My number 5, and I can say this because I know they're not listening, is hanging out with my family.
Yeah.
I'm putting it's 5, so it's the lowest of these, but it's still higher than all of the other things. I want to make that clear.
It's a top 5 list. That's pretty good for them being mentioned.
Yeah, so this year we're actually hosting.
Wow.
Because my brother was supposed to host, and then he was going to go see his girlfriend who lives in Troy, I believe.
Okay.
And now he's not, and so we really didn't need to host, but we've already planned on it. So, yeah, family. We'll put that at number 5.
Who are you, Brian Kelly? Family. Reimer, 5 for you.
That's why this is number 5 for me, is because we are hosting as well. But it's
you guys.
Well,
It's
not family thing. It's just the house being clean.
Oh yeah,
it's just something
that's
satisfying.
Way lower. See, I hate having to clean. So mine's like
I know.
27.
Yeah, but what about the clean house? The payoff.
Like someone else wants to do it. Someone else wants to come clean for me. That'd be great.
That's my number 5. It's just the house being clean because my wife and I have hosted the last couple of years.
Yeah, good for you guys for hosting. Meredith and I, my lovely wife, have made a pact to never host. We're always going somewhere. That way we have an exit strategy. Number 4 for me, favorite thing about Thanksgiving, Pat, I think you were kind of alluding to this. Yeah, family, it's just a little reset in the week, right? Like, I think this is a busy time of the year for everybody, no matter what you're doing, and whether you get off Wednesday night or you get off on Tuesday afternoon or you're not working next week or if you have to work on Thursday. I do feel like it's just at some point you get a little bit of a reset. It's nice that it's on a Thursday, so you got to go back to work on Friday. That's okay. But being able to hang out with the family just for a day and kind of taking a step back from everything is very nice. So that's number 4 for me.
Yeah, mine's similar. Just it is what is a busy week, especially now that the Michigan game is that week for me. It is a day when we still need some content up on the website, but no one's sitting around reading all day, right? There's enough going on. So I don't
unless you want to.
Yeah, feel free. I don't feel the need to work at the same level that I do. Though Sarah's mom and I always I say into it. I don't really, it's more of a joke at this point. Sarah being my fiance, her mom, when we go up there, we go up every other year. And she's always like, get off your computer. It's Thanksgiving. It happens around Christmas.
You're Patrick Murphy. You're always on your computer.
Yeah, right. It's right here.
Reimer?
Number 4 for me, it might be pretty low. I just have all the food, just like turkey, ham, whatever. My grandma makes some amazing no-bakes that are always incredible. Yeah, so I'm going to go all the food as my 4th one.
I feel like that's pretty good. That might be higher on my list.
Yeah.
Just look at me. Number 3 for me, favorite thing about Thanksgiving. Everyone's got an opinion. Everyone's got one, right? You got all kinds of the political spectrum, I feel like, intermingling on Thanksgiving. I love it. Like, I know that there's people out there that get anxious about families coming together and what's going to be said at the Thanksgiving dinner table. I think it's just terrific. I don't say anything, of course, but I enjoy all the different perspectives that usually ends in not a screaming match, but maybe some flared tempers. So I do enjoy that, and I feel like everybody out there, if you don't enjoy it And if you see it as drama, just look at it as a comedy. Everyone has this experience. Like, oh no, what is Uncle so-and-so going to say tonight? Because that is like throwing a match onto a gasoline, just a pile of gasoline.
Throwing a grenade in, just leave it.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough out there. So be vigilant, but also enjoy it.
I saw a video. If you see the family start arguing, just go live on your social media.
Yeah.
And see if they shut up then.
Yeah, put it on World Star. I don't even know if World Star is a real thing anymore. Pat, number 3 for you.
That's a great idea. Ryan.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. I'll have to keep that in mind. Mine is turkey.
Okay.
Just turkey. I like turkey. But the best really is the next day when you've got the leftovers and you can really
that's together. A good point.
But this is not going to be my last food-related one.
Okay.
So stay tuned.
I feel like the leftovers could have been one by itself.
Yeah, but is that actual Thanksgiving or it's the next day? I guess you'd eat it that night.
Yeah. Number 3 for me is knowing that the game is near.
Yeah.
It's just right around the corner. You got to get through these dinners, and then you got one more sleep after the Thanksgiving night. And it's here.
You get through those dinners, right?
Yes.
But I do feel like that day does go very fast. Number 2 for me, favorite things about Thanksgiving, getting asked about what's going on in sports, especially with the Buckeyes. Like, everyone's asking, like, what do you think about the game this Saturday? I'm like, I don't know. All right. I know nothing more than you guys. Everyone's trying to get an inside feel. Pat, I'm sure you're the same way. Jacob.
We know now that you clean before the game.
Yeah, I do. That's what I do. We figured that out last night. So being asked by everybody that week or that day, no matter if they're 6 separated cousin to just your own father, what do they think is going to happen in the game? That's number 2 for me.
The great thing about my family is that none of them care. They don't care about sports at all. So,
wow.
And
Lucky
it's,
you.
we're not with a bunch of other people. That's why, like, the political discourse doesn't ever happen at my Thanksgiving, because it's just like my immediate family, or we go see Sarah's family, which is also small. My number 2 is football. You already touched on it, Beam, but I will add, I hate when your team is that team on one of those like big island holidays.
Yeah.
Like the Rams have played on Christmas a few times. The Lakers always play on Christmas. It's just, if they win, fine by the end, but it's just so stressful now. Everyone is watching that game because that's what's on that day.
The Lakers are always like dinner time too.
Yeah.
So you got to like kind of occupy both.
I make sure that it is clear what we are doing, or I'm leaving by that point.
That's fair. Number 2 for me is family time. I've got that pretty high because this one's a little bit more special for me with a newborn.
Yeah.
Just kind of seeing how everything's going to be with her. I know she's only a couple weeks old, and it's not going to be
couple
a
weeks,
ton.
buddy. She's like, what, 2.5 months?
2 months, yeah.
More than a couple of weeks. She's in like double digits now.
Yeah, that's a fair point. But like still just kind of seeing her eyes go everywhere.
Of course.
Getting that personality. It's fun.
Yeah, that's fantastic. You're going to have a great Thanksgiving. Dress her up in a turkey outfit, too.
I think there's some sort of plan.
Number 1 for me, favorite thing about Thanksgiving, being in charge of the meat. It's a very stressful position. It was handed to me, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago, and I haven't let them down yet, and they continue to let me do it. We always go to Meredith's on Thanksgiving, so they let me do that. We brine it, and like brine the turkey and get it going. They have a old, like, literally just a turkey cooker from like the 1930s that we use, which is awesome. It's definitely a fire hazard, but being in charge of the Thanksgiving turkey, because that's a very scary position to be in, and I have overcooked it, and it's been dry a couple of times, but I think we've got our method down. Pat, what's number 1 for you?
First of all, I just taking people behind the scenes here in your document that you put together that has your answers already on here.
Well, yeah.
It just says in all caps, being the meat man.
That's what I said.
I was like, I'm curious what this is, but I'm going to wait and let him explain it. My number 1 is pumpkin pie.
Okay.
I love pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
Not that you can't eat pumpkin pie other times, but it just, I don't know, it hits different on Thanksgiving. So
it feels right.
Yeah, I would when my family used to go to my mom's friend's house, we used to have a place we'd go every time. She would give me my own pumpkin pie because I would eat the whole thing.
Good for her. Reimer, number 1 for you.
Number 1 for me is Feast Week. You had to.
All right, stop it.
You had to know of that from me.
Yeah.
You got the Maui Invitational, staying up past midnight watching that. All the hoops, all the basketball.
I love you for that. Stay true to yourself. What are we most looking forward to the college football weekend? We're going to get into that in the Pulse coming up next. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
Hold on to your butts. Rivalry week is coming.
Sponsored by your Central Ohio Toyota dealers.
Starting on Monday, we get you ready for, the Fan.
Hey Columbus, it's Lorenzo Stiles Jr., Ohio State student athlete. Football runs deep in my family. My dad played here, and now my brother and I are proud to carry on that tradition. At Monogram Homes, family matters too. They treat every homeowner like one of their own, building with care, precision, and pride. Monogram doesn't just build houses, they build homes, crafted just for you. So whether you're starting your first home or designing your dream space, Monogram Homes has got your back every step of the way. Visit monogramhomes.net to start building today. Monogram Homes, a builder you can trust.
James Laurinaitis here for my guys at Green & Sons, the premier Kubota dealership in Central Ohio. Green & Sons has all the Kubotas you need to tackle your land and come out a winner. They have zero-turn skid steers, tractors from 18 to 171 horsepower, and also utility vehicles. My favorite is my RTV Sidekick. The best thing about Green & Sons is they've been family-owned and operated since 1970, and you will love dealing with the Green family and their winning team. Do what I did and check out Green & Sons located in Mount Sterling and Marysville or online at greensons.com for all your Kubota needs.
I love the neighborhood where I grew up, but it was tough.
Ohio State National Championship quarterback and former CareSource kid, Cardale Jones.
Football helped me find my direction, but I also needed the right support system. Seeing that CareSource heart around town, I just knew they had my back. That's the kind of difference they still make in neighborhoods like mine. This is so much more than health insurance. CareSource, today and always, trusted. Visit caresource.com.
The 2026 Buckeye Cruise for Cancer sets sail on the Silver Sea Silver Ray. It's an intimate ship with an even better experience. It's all-inclusive of beverages, shore excursions, taxes, and gratuities. Sail to bucket list ports like the Grand Turk, St. Martin, and St. Thomas. With Buckeye greats including Ryan Day, Bobby Carpenter, A.J. Hawk, the Boren Brothers, Ezekiel Elliott, Ryan Shazier, and more. Sailing from Fort Lauderdale, February 17th through the 24th. Call 614-792-6204 to book today.
AgPro has been family-owned and operated for over 64 years. We take pride in developing long-lasting relationships and offering first-class customer service. Need a new tractor, parts for your used equipment, or reliable service? AgPro has you covered. AgPro is here to serve you and your operation as your hometown dealer. Visit us today at any of our AgPro locations or go online to agproco.com to get started with your AgPro experience.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium presented by Experience Columbus. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium tours offer a variety of options and pricing. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour. Ohio Stadium Tours, presented by Experience Columbus.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars, Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus, The Fan.
Good evening. I'm Jacob Reimer. Just one more sleep until the Ohio State football team takes on Rutgers. The Buckeyes are currently 32.5-point favorites over the Scarlet Knights. It's the last game in Ohio Stadium for the season. Kickoff is at high noon, and coverage begins here on The Fan tomorrow morning at 10:30. In the NFL, the Cincinnati Bengals have activated tight end Mike Gesicki from the injured reserve, while also placing cornerback Cam Taylor-Britt on the IR due to a foot injury. The Bengals also say quarterback Joe Burrow is questionable for Sunday's game against New England. Burrow has been out since September 14th. NBA tonight, the Cavs continue their 6-game homestand as they welcome in the Indiana Pacers. Tip-off is at 7 o'clock. And college basketball tonight in the top 25. At number 6, Louisville is at Cincinnati. Number 17, Michigan State hosts Detroit. And number 1, Purdue squares off with 15th-ranked Texas Tech in the Bahamas. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Time for the College Football Pulse on the Buckeye Show.
Sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Hour number 2 of the program for us. Thanks for everybody for listening. Got a busy 7 o'clock hour. We got Patrick Murphy of Bucknuts in with us tonight. Got Adam King of 10 TV who's going to be joining us live in studio. Coming up at 7:17. We've got Tony Gerdeman of Buckeye Huddle at 7:30. All kinds of good stuff remaining in this hour. Then I got to do a little Surest Small Business Sweepstakes winner interview a little bit earlier on this week with Roger D. Fields and Associates, which is an engineering firm here in Columbus. We're going to do that at the very end of the hour. Let's get into the college football pulse, shall we? Reimer, I feel like this is the first time that you've been in studio doing the pulse with us when we're either previewing a weekend or we're coming off of a weekend reviewing it.
I think this is the first one.
Since you've been back from paternity leave.
Yeah, from leave. I wasn't involved with it then. And like we've just had basketball games and Blue Jackets
all kinds
games.
of stuff.
Like we haven't been able to.
What's your hottest take for the college football weekend?
Oh, hottest take.
Yeah. What are you most looking forward to?
Well, of course, you got all the cupcake games in the SEC this weekend.
Yeah, you do. This is always that time of the year, right?
Right before the rivalry week.
Interesting to note, next year they are going to the 9-game conference schedule. So this week, for all intents and purposes, next year will be going away. So pour one out for the SEC. You've got Cupcake Week, and then you've got Feast Week, Reimer, and then you've got The Game. So all kinds of good stuff. But this is the last Cupcake Week that we're going to have. Some of the games, too, are just... Every year, I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I know that Ohio State, like other teams, the Big Ten, of course, across the country that already play a 9-game slate, you've got these weeks at the beginning of the season. It just something feels so wrong about playing them a week before rivalry week. Does it not? Like it just, I don't know. Maybe it feels a little bit sacrilegious to me, but they've been doing it for forever.
Do you want to go through who's playing who in these games? I've got it pulled up.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Texas A&M hosting Samford.
Okay.
That's number 3, Texas A&M.
A cool nugget about that is their basketball coach came from Stanford.
Okay.
All right.
So it's the Buckyball Bowl.
Got it. Number 8, Oklahoma does play number 22, Missouri, so credit there. Georgia, Charlotte, Alabama, and Eastern Illinois, Auburn, Mercer, Vanderbilt, and Kentucky. So that's an SEC game, but Kentucky is not very good. Texas and Arkansas, another SEC game. South Carolina, Coastal Carolina.
Hammer the Chanticleers.
You do get Tennessee and Florida.
What is that supposed to mean? You do get Tennessee and Florida. Florida stinks and Tennessee. Don't make me say it again for the 100th time this week.
Can Tennessee keep their streak going of wins over teams below 500?
500, probably.
They are two big brands.
They are two big brands.
So
but Florida fired their coach and has 3 wins on the season.
Yeah, and might get another one after the Egg Bowl.
Yeah.
And LSU hosts Western Kentucky.
Breaking news there.
It's a possibility.
So to keep you up to date, you mentioned the Egg Bowl. Let's go here for a little bit. We've all been on Lane Watch. Maybe not everybody's been on Lane Kiffin Watch, but I think it's been very fun with what he's been going through this week and what Ole Miss fans have been going through. I want you to think about for a second in the scope of being an Ohio State fan, okay? Obviously, there are questions about Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate, okay? We've talked about them all this week. We'll find out at 10 o'clock what their status is going to be. You get Rutgers tomorrow, and then in 8 days, you, of course, travel up to Ann Arbor to take on Michigan. That's the big worry for this team, stuff that's going on the field about the availability of your star receivers. Still got the number 1 defense in college football. Everyone looks fairly healthy over there. I know that Julian's had his questions too, but listen, he rolled his ankle. He looked to be okay. We know that you're one play away from Lincoln Kienholz being the starter for this team, but it's football. What Ole Miss is dealing with is a whole different parallel of problems. Their athletic director, Keith Carter, today as of 4:24 this afternoon, had to put out a statement on Lane Kiffin.
He didn't have to.
He didn't have to
put out this.
They chose. The communications department over at Ole Miss chose to put this out. This is what it said. I guess the vice chancellor for intercollegiate athletics. Still a big role down there. Coach Kiffin and I had many pointed and positive conversations regarding the future at Ole Miss, including meeting today with Chancellor Boyce. While we discuss the next steps, we know we cannot lose sight of what is most important, our 6th-ranked team that is poised to finish the regular season in historic fashion. Despite the outside noise, Coach Kiffin is focused on preparing our team for the Egg Bowl, and together, we want to ensure that our players and coaches can concentrate fully on next Friday's game. This team is on the cusp of an unprecedented season, and it's imperative they feel the support of Ole Miss family in the week ahead. An announcement on Coach Kiffin's future is expected the Saturday following the game. They have a bye week this week. Imagine if you're an Ole Miss fan saying, we're going to make the playoffs, we're going to win the Natty, we're going to win the Egg Bowl. Everything's coming up. Rebs. And then your vice chancellor for intercollegiate athletics, I don't know if you liken that to Ross Bjork, but obviously he's very important, puts that out. I got to wait 7 days now to figure out what's going on with my head coach. Lane Kiffin's son's tweeting out a picture. He's playing in a high school football game. He's got LSU headphones on. It's mayhem.
Did you hear the private jet watch today?
Of course.
One private jet that was supposed to go from Baton Rouge to where's Ole Miss?
Oxford,
that's it.
I love jet watching season.
And instead, it changed course and went to Gainesville.
Okay.
Yeah. I also think it's interesting in that statement. He says that it's that they're expecting to have a decision.
Is expected the Saturday following the game. An announcement on Coach Kiffin's future.
That doesn't even mean for sure you're going to get it. That's hey, we expect it, but if Lane changes his mind, maybe we won't get it.
Well, and aren't they kind of in the best spot of anybody? They're not going to play in a conference championship game. And yeah, they're right there at 6. They just handle their business. They're locked in. Yeah, they're in.
And they're getting a home game.
Yeah.
You beat Mississippi State on Friday in the Egg Bowl. You're getting a home game.
Yeah.
Just don't lose during the off week.
Well, they can't.
Yeah, stranger things.
Well, they could. They could lose their head coach. Yeah,
they could.
That's everyone on Lane Watch. Pat, what else are you looking forward to this weekend?
Well, I have the cheapest and most expensive tickets featuring a top 25 team this weekend. The cheapest, Miami and Virginia Tech, $6.
Ooh.
Also, Illinois and Wisconsin is $8.
All right.
So if you are in those areas and you want to go, Miami, Virginia Tech's interesting because they just had the excitement of announcing their new head coach.
Yeah, could they get a new coach bump?
Yeah, you would think. The most expensive ticket,
maybe.
Oregon USC at $128.
Ooh.
But
that's even not that. That's not that bad.
No. But if you're looking outside the FBS, Montana State, both teams are very good.
Uncle Bo would
the
pay
winner wins
thousands.
The winner wins the conference, and I think a number 1 seed's on the line, or it could be on the line. How much do you think that game's going for? Just if 128 was Oregon,
Montana Derby,
yeah,
212. Is it more than that?
I'll go 300.
It's 164.
Okay, but sorry we overshot.
I have a buddy who lives in Bozeman, which is where one of those schools is. I believe it's Montana State, and
I don't know.
He's been to those games. Says it's nuts. And he grew up going to Ohio State Michigan games. Him and I went to an Ohio State Michigan game in Michigan together. He said it's nothing. It's so different just because the way that everyone is at that level. It's crazy.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, for sure.
And if I had what'd you say, $60?
64, yeah.
If I had $164 and lived in the state of Montana.
I was going to say you'd have to fly there.
I think you can get into the Buckeye game, too, tomorrow to support these seniors for like $25.
$15.
$15. That's as cheap as you're going to find. It's senior day. It's supposed to be pretty nice for mid to late November. If you got an extra $15 plus an entire day and parking pass.
It has now gone up to $32. It was $15 when we started the show.
All right, people have heeded our advice then so far. Adam King of 10 TV. He's going to join us. We'll talk some Buckeyes with him next. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
Tweet from a listener. Are you carrying the Buckeye game today? Considering we've never not carried one, yes. The answer is yes. The Fan.
As a former pro athlete, confidence has always been key for me on and off the field. And that's why I chose CAP for my NeoGraft treatment. They've got a great reputation. After doing my research, I knew I could trust the team right here in town. The staff was professional, answered every question, and made the whole process smooth and stress-free. The results are natural. It fit my busy schedule, and I already feel more confident. CAPS made it easy, judgment-free, and honestly, one of the best decisions I've made. Visit CAPS today at experiencecaps.com.
Picture it, your holiday table, the family cooking together, the scent of golden brown bread, rosemary from roasted potatoes, and a salad so crisp it snaps. This season at Kroger, make the moments that matter possible with quality that's affordable in every aisle. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
You can save big on 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Select varieties or buy 2, get 3 free with your card. Limit 10. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Save time, reduce costs, and eliminate printer frustrations with Modern Office Methods, your award-winning managed print services provider. We know how to help your business reduce the cost of office printing by identifying necessary print and paper waste. We can improve your printer fleet and decrease the amount of printer frustration. Why wait? Start saving time and money today. Start with our comprehensive print fleet assessment by going to momnet.com and click on a free assessment.
Attention Columbus. Town Properties just clinched the title of the largest residential property manager in Columbus, thanks to the Columbus Business Journal. With pride, we oversee 25,000 plus households in the Columbus metro area, ensuring fantastic places to call home. Whether you're on the hunt for an exceptional living space, a top-notch association management company, or a property manager for your multifamily portfolio, visit our website at town.properties.com and let us elevate your living experience. Town Properties, always managing great places to live. There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
Hey, Ohio State fans! Next time that snack craving hits, Burger King has you covered with the O-Fry-O bundle. You get a medium fry, 8-piece chicken fries, 8-piece mozzarella fries, and an 8-piece chicken nuggets, all for just $10. It's perfect snack fuel for one, wherever and whenever you're cheering on the Scarlet and Gray. At BK, have it your way. You rule! Limited time only at participating Ohio area restaurants. BK is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Tax extra.
Hosting a passionate crew of Buckeye fans? Revamp your rec room for an epic watch party with power reclining sofas, massaging recliners, entertainment centers, and coffee tables from Bob's. They even have sofas with drop-down tables for snacks and bevs. Shop in-store or online to score big on an incredible game day setup at Bob's everyday low prices. Bob's Discount Furniture, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. This is Paul Keels for RV Wholesalers. Peace of mind. That's what you get when purchasing your next RV from RV Wholesalers. With every new RV purchase, Ohio residents receive the exclusive Buckeye Service Guarantee. If your RV is in the shop, RV Wholesalers will give you a free loaner. Also with a Buckeye Service Guarantee, you'll receive free delivery in the state of Ohio and 3-day RV exchange. That's the exclusive Buckeye Service Guarantee. Only at RV Wholesalers in Lakeview, Mansfield, Delaware, and RVW.com. RV Wholesalers, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Ryan Day's Buckeyes are back at the shoe for a Big Ten battle with Rutgers.
Live fan coverage starts Saturday morning at 6:30 with the kick at noon.
Every game, every season, proud to be your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan, Ohio sports destination. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Plenty of rain around and a damp and mild finish on this Friday. Temperatures right around 50 degrees. Overnight will fall back down to around 40. Showers out, the clouds stick around. Sunshine returns during the day with a light wind by afternoon on Saturday with highs around 50 degrees. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Ryan Day's favorite radio show. Probably. Maybe. You're listening to The Buckeye Show.
Hanging out tonight. Hopefully everybody's having a terrific evening. We've got our great friend from 10 TV, Adam King, in studio with us. Adam, this is big responsibility on your plate right now.
Okay.
Give us a number.
8.
Double 8s. Caller number 8 right now, 614-821-9710. You get into Reimer, and you're going to be walking away with a pair of tickets to go watch the Buckeyes take on the Scarlet Knights tomorrow at the Horseshoe, complimentary of Skip Mossick. These are Skip Mossick's personal Ohio State tickets. Caller number 8, 614-821-9710.
You're going to be there for the first half.
He could give it to friends or family.
The whole game, thank you.
Oh, you're staying the whole time?
I am.
Don't you have to do like TV?
Yeah, but I'll be there. I will say, shout out to Beam. He's the first person I've ever done radio with that brought me headphones. He was like, here's your headphones. You can only hear out of one ear, though.
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm getting a little seasick over here.
You can just take them off.
You could take them off. You can hear us.
No.
We're not gonna be playing
I
anything.
don't like that. I don't like that at all. There we go.
Yeah.
Did you take off the one that you can hear out of?
Yeah, I made sure to keep the one that's actually working on.
Funny story about those headphones. And again, I
don't know that I want to hear this.
I was telling this to Carp a little bit earlier when we talked to him. I was cleaning out my basement. I found so much stuff. Just so much stuff.
I saw your picture of Bobby and AJ.
Yeah.
That was cool.
And best relief pitcher in the league, 2005 for me. 20-year anniversary.
I love that not only did they completely write it out, but then they took the time to put it in one of those ball display cases so that you could pack it in a box and never see it again for 10 years.
20 years. 20-year anniversary.
So you were how old when that was happening?
20 years ago, I would have been 13 years old.
Oh, my gosh.
I would have been 13.
You're 58?
Yes.
That is crazy.
That is how math works.
I think it is. I am 58 years old. We got the big 6-0 coming up in a couple of years. But yeah, I found those, and I'm like, well, you know what? They're doing no good in this box. Let's just bring them into the radio station. So if they're broke after the segment, they're going in the trash.
Oh.
They're going to go in the trash.
Okay, yeah, they're
broke.
They're not working great.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's okay. No, it's the thought that counts, okay?
Well, so you had a story you were going to tell us. So you've gone through adversity already today.
I have.
Now you're facing more.
And it's weird. And I'll tell you this. I'm 1% concerned that I can't get a deep breath right now.
Why?
Because my camera, we had a little bit of a technical issue where the battery on the camera wasn't working about 4 minutes before I was going live at the shoe at 5 o'clock. So I'm in the tunnel where Ohio State runs out, just doing a live shot. Hey, it's senior day. It's exciting.
Southeastern corner of Ohio Stadium.
Okay, so I find this out that the battery isn't working. So I have to sprint all the way out to Westlock to get a different battery. And I end up grabbing just like a different camera.
How much time is this before you go live?
It was actually probably 5 minutes.
Still a long ground to cover in 5 minutes.
I don't know if I should.
It's a big place.
I don't know if I should give Nicole Sheeran a shout out or be mad at her, but she told me the smartest thing was to go up the ramp and around the concourse. I don't think so. The smartest way between any point is a straight line. And yet I did it. So I ran up, then I ran all the way around.
Oh, you should have straight lined it.
I know I should have straight lined
I think you should have gone down the tunnel through the camera or the where they put the photon.
Yes, and then up the other ramp. That would have been the smartest.
I think that's probably.
Yeah, that would have been it. So anyway, I ran all the way around, which is and so I get the thing. I got it. I'm running back. I mean, full speed, like high school Adam. About 3/4 the way back, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to die. Like I
feel like your chest was going to explode.
I thought my chest was going to explode. So finally, we get back. I've got a minute and a half to go on television. And mind you, I don't know if you've ever run like you were back in middle school, but it's not like
I didn't run at that point anyway.
Okay, well, it's not like you drop it down and you say, all right, let's go. I'm literally, and I apologize for this noise, I'm like, and so then Jacob, our producer's in my ear, he's like, you have 10 seconds. I'm like, hi, everybody. Hello from the show. And oh my gosh, when I got done, I'm still trying to catch my breath. There's like a little part of me. I'm like, I think I caught something out there. I don't know. But
can you tweet this out later so we can all watch you just like?
Yeah. Do you have the footage of you coming in like a wild stallion and like just getting ready for the shot?
There is no video of me getting ready for the shot. I will tell you.
That'd be fantastic content.
It's a miss.
I will say I am a very, very big. I don't like when people spit on things, but I had like,
all right.
I
don't know how this pertains to anything in this story, but continue.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna grow up, okay? I mean, like, when you're walking on the sidewalk and someone just like hawks a hook and you're like, well, I was right here. That was that's ridiculous. Yeah. Okay, well, that's getting clipped.
Continue. You were the one who started this.
I could not go on air until I had
Give him that huck to spit on that thing.
Oh boy. Unbelievable. Yes. So I had to clear my chest, and so I felt like I was disrespecting the shoe. I like tapped it in with my foot because I was like, oh, this is so rude. I don't want to spit here.
You realize those guys spit all over that place.
You know what? Last week I was walking on the UCLA sideline, and I'm from me to you, which for a listener is 3 feet, if that. Mm-hmm. And this UCLA coach just spits at my feet. I was like,
so do you know who I am?
I said, goodness.
He did. That's why he spit.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, that's
I heard you talking trash about us all week. Adam King.
Yeah. And I was like, well, that's repulsive. Goodness gracious.
No, there's no rules down on a football sideline.
No. They're just spitting all the time.
Yeah.
Grow up.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm not playing that. All right. Listen, that was Reimer. I have you can see my hands if you're watching on the YouTube show.
Hand check.
Well, what's your biggest thoughts going into tomorrow, senior day, over at the Horseshoe, where maybe or maybe not you will get spit on?
I do not want to see a second of Carnell Tate or Jeremiah Smith.
Okay.
If you want me to see a second of Julian Sayin, that's fine. I mean, if he wants to go out there, I'm sorry, did you need to adjust your mic there?
I did. I turned it off, and I was just making sure.
I think everybody heard it. It sounded like a transformer moving. I definitely can, like, I'll see a drive of Julian Sayin. That's fine, but, like, what are we doing? Like, Greg Schiano, I know you're a big fan of the Buckeye Show at 7:25 the night before a game. Like, I don't mean any disrespect, but this is it. Like, starting at 4 o'clock tomorrow, every game from here on out matters to the umpteenth degree. And I don't want to hear it about the Big Ten Championship not mattering. You got to win one of those.
Ask those guys in that building. Ask Ryan Day.
Yes.
If he wants to go to the Big Ten Championship.
And everyone's like, well, you already have clinched a bye. They haven't won a Big Ten title since 2019, 2020.
Also, they haven't clinched a bye. They got 2 games left in the regular season.
If they go to, I'm saying, like, people are saying, if you get to that game, it doesn't really matter. They will have clinched a bye if they go to the Big Ten title game.
Correct.
But I want that silver football. I mean, the fact that Michigan has won, 3 since Ohio State's won their last?
I don't keep track.
2. Oregon is a Big Ten champ. They're not even from around here. They don't even go here.
That was their first year in the conference.
They don't even go here.
They don't.
It's time for Ohio State to reclaim that. Every game from here on out after 4 o'clock tomorrow is 100% matters. So enjoy those 4 quarters of nothingness and reflection and thinking about the second string, because everything from here on out is going to be stressful. You're going to feel like you ran a marathon to get to your live shot, and that's how it is for the next 5 games. So buckle up.
This is what Adam's like on game day, by the way.
Yeah.
He's just losing his mind.
Mm-hmm.
He just paces around.
I do. I'm a pacer.
I believe that. 100%.
Not the Indiana.
No, who are tanking.
Yeah. I
know nothing about the Pacers.
Last year, I have never told this story. Do we have time? Do we have to go? Okay.
Go ahead.
I was walking back and forth in the end zone, on the opposite end zone, when Jack Sawyer made his interception against Michigan.
Okay.
And
humble brag.
Yes, I was on the other side. No, and so, like you said, I'm a pacer. I was just walking back and forth. And when that happened, I remember thinking, like, that's the greatest moment of his career. Like, that's the moment people are going to talk about 100 years from now. Like, I remember when Jack Sawyer made that pick.
This is the turning of the tide, right?
It was.
Like, this is your moment. This is this team's moment.
And I remember watching him run, and I'm like, wow, what? Like, you just witnessed history. And I'm not one to, like, show feelings on the sideline. Like, if you look at me, you'll be like, that guy, I don't know what he's trying to figure out. He's trying to figure out a math problem right now. Like, that's what my face looks like. And I smiled for once because I was like, that was history. Like, holy moly.
Then he got smited.
Where were you when he made the play against Texas?
I was here, actually.
I was on the
that
field
was the
for that
one game last season that I did not attend.
I thought you were down there, and I thought you were on.
No,
I'm thinking of the Jeremiah Smith play.
You
didn't see that live in person.
Yeah, the Jeremiah Smith was. I was at the game.
We were stuck in the tunnel.
I was stuck in the tunnel, and it was hilarious because we got back at
get it unstuck
4:30 in the morning. 4:30 in the morning. I'm working on something, and they've got the highlights on SportsCenter, and I go, "Hey, what a play!" What a call by Ryan. I finally saw the Jeremiah Smith play.
And it turns out it was actually a call by Emeka.
Yeah, that's true.
It was.
Yeah.
Adam, thank you for the time. Have a lovely day over at the Horseshoe tomorrow.
Go catch my breath.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
I'm worried.
You're a young in shape, gentleman.
Thank you.
Fine.
Thank you so much. You know who's not?
Can you send us the behind-the-scenes shots? I know you don't want to tweet it out, but I would love to see it.
Did you let Reimer talk on this show? I have not heard him say one word. He just sits there in silence. He's like the man who just lurks in the shadows and plays... What was that, Hawk Tua?
I think it was.
Give him that hawk.
Goodness gracious.
Way
to call for that.
Yeah.
Have a fantastic weekend.
You have a fantastic weekend. I'll see you tomorrow.
I will see you tomorrow.
And I'll see you tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Everyone
Enjoy your weekend, Reimer.
I'll see you tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow.
And everyone will see Adam tonight and tomorrow on 10 TV when you watch him.
Nice plug.
Thank you very much. Tony Gerdeman of Buckeye Huddle. He's going to join us. We'll preview Senior Day and the penultimate game of the season for the Buckeyes with him coming up in 2 minutes. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
Back for a limited time, the French dip from Firehouse Subs. Piled high with premium roast beef, caramelized onions, and melty provolone cheese on a freshly toasted garlic butter roll. Served with warm, savory au jus for dipping. This premium French dip is only at Firehouse Subs for a limited time. Head to your nearest Firehouse Subs or order ahead and skip the line. And remember, Firehouse Subs catering is perfect to feed the whole crew on game day. Limited time at participating Firehouse Subs restaurants while supplies last.
Hey Columbus, it's Lorenzo Stiles Jr., Ohio State student athlete. It's football season, and just like on the field, success starts with the right game plan and the right team. That's why I'm proud to team up with Monogram Homes. They're the true custom home builder, bringing precision, creativity, and attention to every detail, just like we do on Saturdays. If you're ready to build, don't settle for standard. Go custom. Go Monogram. Visit monogramhomes.net to start building today. Monogram Homes, a builder you can trust.
When it comes to your cancer diagnosis, the choice for your care is clear.
And when you choose the James at Ohio State,
you're opting for care from a highly specialized team dedicated to treating one type of cancer, yours.
A team that studies the unique makeup of your disease to develop a personalized treatment plan.
You're choosing our region's only comprehensive cancer center designated by the National Cancer Institute.
For your cancer care, the choice is clear. The James at Ohio State.
Picture it. Your holiday table, the family cooking together, the scent of golden brown bread, rosemary from roasted potatoes, and a salad so crisp it snaps, spiced cider in every glass, laughter around every plate. At Kroger, we know these moments matter, and we make it easier to bring them to life with quality that's affordable in every aisle. This season, don't just host, make every moment unforgettable. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource, proud to be your home for Ohio State athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
4 out of 5 dentists recommend this show. The other dentist is a Michigan fan. Yuck! You're listening to the Buckeye Show.
Before we go out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline, checking with Tony Gerdeman of Buckeye Huddle, I want to let you know that Robert, right here in Columbus, he knew that he needed to be caller number 8. He's going to watch the Buckeyes take on the Scarlet Knights. At the very end of this segment, we will be giving away a second pair of tickets to go watch the Ohio State men's basketball team play Mount St. Mary's on Tuesday. So that's coming up at the end. Right now, we do head out to the hotline, check in with Gerd. Hey, Gerd, happy Friday. What's going on? How much are you looking forward to the final game of the season in the Horseshoe tomorrow, the second to last game of the season for the Buckeyes, and all-encompassing senior day for those guys who put in a ton of time over their course and career with the Buckeyes?
You mean the final game of preseason?
Yes.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to being there for the last home game in the regular season. As Ryan Day said, didn't want to just completely jinx himself, but yeah, looking forward to it. It's always a super fast season, and then once that game is over, it is officially Michigan week, and it's kind of what we're all here for this year.
Yeah, it is, right? I think that you got through Texas at the beginning of the year, and then you went out to the West Coast to see what this team could do when they traveled against Washington. You went on the road against Illinois, and ever since then, right, like Penn State just isn't what we thought Penn State was going to be at the beginning of the year. And since the Penn State game, it kind of has been almost like training camp mode 2.0, getting ready for Michigan. Obviously, the big question I think that everybody is concerned with is, the availability of Jeremiah Smith, Carnell Tate. We just had 10 TV's Adam King in here. He's like, I don't want to see those guys play a single snap tomorrow. I want them fully healthy for Ann Arbor next week. What are your thoughts, Gerd, on this entire situation that has seemed to take over the talking points for Buckeye Nation this week?
Well, one thing I'll say about Carnell Tate is that he is the kind of player that can probably Willie Mays Hayes it and roll out of bed and, do what is needed to do, because he's the guy this year when they drew up a play in the dirt at halftime. They were the guy that threw it to, and he was able to do something that they'd not practiced that play, draw it up at halftime. He goes and scores a touchdown. A few weeks earlier than that, he ran a play in the slot that he had never practiced, and it was another touchdown. So he's got that competitive excellence that Ryan Day talks about. That if he's ready to go, I think he'll be okay. I expect Jeremiah Smith to play against Michigan. We'll see. I don't think the way Ryan Day talked and didn't talk this week about those two, I would be surprised if we saw either of them this week against Rutgers. But I think the plan is just to make sure that everybody's ready to go for Michigan and beyond.
given that we got a decent sample size of Julian Sayin without either guy, but definitely without Carnell the last 2 weeks, what did you make of his chemistry with the backup receivers? What did you make of guys like Mylan Graham, Bryson Rogers, and those guys and the chemistry that you hope is building in game with those players?
Yeah, I think there's some of the back shoulder stuff that is missing and some of the 50-50 catches that Mylan Graham didn't make that Carnell Tate does. But I also think Julian was just off as well last week. His accuracy wasn't, he wasn't near perfect like he always is, and that's, that was a major flaw when he only completes 70-some% of his passes.
Right.
But I think, another full week of practice with the backups will help, and they do all of this work on the side and throughout the week to get better. But I do think it's important, and I think Rutgers is the kind of defense that will allow you to have pretty good chemistry regardless.
What do you think, going to the running back position, Gerd, what do you think this rotation is going to look like tomorrow, given the obvious availability of C.J. Donaldson, who missed last week's game against UCLA? But it was a pretty impressive performance against the Bruins last week with the 3 running backs who did get some time, and this is a historically bad Rutgers rushing defense. So I feel like if there was one more week to kind of cement maybe the run game in the regular season, that this might be the week to do it.
Yeah, and I don't even think they're going to necessarily pare it down too much the rest of the season. I think they like what they've got going with the 4, and especially with the way Bo Jackson's kind of bounced through and run through his freshman wall that he hit after opening the season with 2 consecutive 100-yard rushing games, and then he kind of just was average for a true freshman, and then has come through it and is now showing a vision that we haven't seen this year. And, same thing with Isaiah West, James Peoples, talking with Will Kazmarek and Carson Hinsman this week. I asked them both, how do you know the improvement in the running game? Is it just because you're playing bad defenses of late? And he's like, we see it in practice. So you're playing the Ohio State defense in practice and you're seeing it there. But I think we're all seeing these running backs running better, running harder, making people miss. That's something that they weren't doing. Like Isaiah West, when he came on, he was making people miss more than anybody else on the team. And it's like, well, how is that? How do you already have more, forced tackles missed than C.J. Donaldson or Bo Jackson or whatever? So I think they're all getting more comfortable. And Ryan Day said all season that they just needed reps and they'd get more comfortable and they'd grow from it. And we're seeing that now. In terms of like how many of them will play moving forward, I think we've kind of seen the answer to that where James Peoples was the 4th guy, but even he's coming on now. So after seeing what he did against Purdue, are you like, well, that guy doesn't deserve to play?
I think it's a great question as we check in with Tony Gerdeman with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Gerd, what have you noticed about the kind of reemergence of James Peoples? Obviously highlighted last week with his incredible hurdle touchdown at the Horseshoe.
I think what we've seen, there was a game, I don't know, maybe a month ago where he didn't get a single carry and he'd kind of been bypassed. And then when he finally did get an opportunity in the later moments of other games, you see him running hard. You see him when he gets tackled, he's fired up and he's, picks up 9 yards and he's got quite a bit of emphasis on getting up off the pile or whatever and just showing that his excitement, like, if you give me the ball, I can do some things. And that has continued. And, I think getting him outside more works. I think running him inside, it seemed like as much as they did early in the season wasn't necessarily his jam, but he's showing the vision and the agility that we all expected and all of his teammates told us about last season and heading into this season. And I just think he's playing really well right now. Also as that 3rd down back kind of guy, but Isaiah West is doing well. I think there's going to be some home runs hit in the running game this week because Rutgers gives up a lot of long rushes. So this is going to be an opportunity for everybody to stand out. Who knows? C.J. Donaldson may get his first 30-yard carry this year.
That game for James Peoples not getting a carry was the Wisconsin game, and I know because I sat next to you for that game. So I clearly remember it as fondly as you do.
Thank you.
When you look at what Greg Schiano has cooked up for these games in the past, knowing that Rutgers has this off week to prepare, can you expect the unexpected for this, or how would you handle it if you were over there working at the WAC?
If I was Greg Schiano, my plan would be like, let's get through this game healthy so that we can beat Penn State next week and go to a bowl game. Because, yes, they're going to do all their crazy special team stuff, but I think they want to get through this game as healthy as Ohio State does, because what's coming next week is bigger and a more important thing for both programs. Because, I don't think Greg Schiano expects to beat Ohio State. I think they would expect to beat Penn State or have a really good shot at beating Penn State at home next week. But will they be able to do that without Ethan Kaliak-Manis or, without the running back or one of their top 3 receivers? Like, they've got some concerns that they don't want to do anything against Ohio State that could cost them next week. But I don't know if that's Greg Schiano's thinking. That would be my thinking, but maybe I'm weak and soft.
Gerd, before we get you out of here, is there a senior that you're going to miss talking to, interacting with more than any others? It is senior day tomorrow over at the Horseshoe.
Carson Hinsman's always been great, but he's not going to be walking, and he's not sure if he's going to be coming back or leaving, but he always gives some good answers. But that's usually the case for the offensive linemen. But yeah, Sonny has always been good, and he's interesting to talk to just because of his story and where he's been and the coaches that he's seen and talked to and have been teaching him. So yeah, and Sonny's story is pretty cool, and so yeah, he'd probably be right up there.
Gerd, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us tonight. Have a lovely rest of your Friday evening. Enjoy senior day tomorrow, and we will check in again soon, okay?
All right, you guys have a good one.
You too. There he goes, our great friend, Tony Gerdeman of Buckeye Huddle, with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. It is the final time in our extravaganza of a Friday night. Patrick Murphy of Bucknuts, he's going to give you a number. And if you call in and you're that number, you're going to be walking away with a pair of Skip Mossick's personal tickets to go watch the Buckeye men's basketball game next Tuesday against Mount St. Mary's. Patrick, what is the number?
I think we just got to stick with 8.
Triple 8s. Okay. 8's wild. 614-821-9710. That's the number. Get into Reimer. Again, you're calling number 8. You're walking away with a pair of tickets to go watch Ohio State take on Mount St. Mary's. The Mount, as Reimer likes to call them, next Tuesday over at the Shot. Coming up next, we're going to be joined by some of our surest small business sweepstakes winners. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
Big Voice Guy here to remind you that you're listening to The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Okay, thanks. I have 3 more seconds. Bye-bye.
Rick Germain called me the other day and said, Mikey, we need you back at Germain Nissan. The dealership misses you, and people are forgetting how awesome Nissans are. I'm a dude that's owned pretty much every Nissan under the sun, and I'm excited to go back in and get my hands dirty. You have to be crazy not to consider a Nissan from Germain Nissan. J.D. Power ranked Nissan #1 in customer satisfaction among mainstream brands. Plus, with Germain's $1,000 price promise, no one will sell you a Nissan for less. Germain Nissan, 4300 Morse Road, GermainNissan.com.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast-track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
They're trained. They're prepared.
Let's do it.
They're Ohio's undefeated plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling team. And they're here to tackle your problems. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
As a former pro athlete, confidence has always been key for me on and off the field. And that's why I chose CAP for my NeoGraft treatment. They've got a great reputation. After doing my research, I knew I could trust the team right here in town. The staff was professional, answered every question, and made the whole process smooth and stress-free. The results are natural. It fit my busy schedule, and I already feel more confident. CAPS made it easy, judgment-free, and honestly, one of the best decisions I've made. Visit CAPS today at experiencecaps.com.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin, 2-time Heisman Trophy winner. The right coverage can be a game changer, both on and off the field. That's why Encova Insurance is prepared for what's next and protects what matters most to you. With independent insurance agents in your neighborhood and innovative insurance products that can be tailored to fit your unique needs, Encova Insurance is an easy win for your peace of mind. For auto, home, and business insurance, you want Encova on your team. Visit Encova.com today to find an agent near you.
The 2026 Buckeye Cruise for Cancer sets sail on the Silver Sea Silver Ray. It's an intimate ship with an even better experience. It's all-inclusive of beverages, shore excursions, taxes, and gratuities. Sail to bucket list ports like the Grand Turk, St. Martin, and St. Thomas. With Buckeye greats including Ryan Day, Bobby Carpenter, A.J. Hawk, the Boren Brothers, Ezekiel Elliott, Ryan Shazier, and more. Sailing from Fort Lauderdale, February 17th through the 24th. Call 614-792-6204 to book today.
Toyota-thon is on, and there's no better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota. Now through December 1st, get 4.75 APR financing on any remaining new 25 RAV4 or RAV4 Hybrid. Or lease a new gas-powered RAV4 LE for $289 a month for 39 months with $36.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS, tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Experience Buckeye game day like never before. Welcome to the 1922 Club, the most exclusive space inside Ohio Stadium, where luxury meets tradition in the heart of Buckeye Nation. Enjoy upscale food and beverages and a game day atmosphere like no other. Create lasting memories with friends and mingling with other Buckeye fans, and celebrate every OHIO in ultimate comfort. Become a member of the 1922 Club today. Memberships are limited. Visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com.
It's Monday Night Football on the Fan. Catch the Panthers and 49ers live from the Bay. Fan coverage starts Monday at 8.
Sponsored by Roosters, a fun casual joint.
Your radio home of the NFL. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Columbus, Worthington, Air, and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Social media can be a cesspool. Allow us to navigate the waters. Hashtag Buckeyes.
Sponsored by the Waterworks. Call the plumbing, heating, and cooling technicians at the Waterworks and header today. Call 614-232-2222. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Back here on the Buckeye Show, what we get to do frequently is check in with some of our Surest Small Business Sweepstakes winners. This week, we have them from RDFA. And if you're wondering what RDFA stands for, Roger D. Fields Associates Incorporated. Today with us, we've got managing partner John Kerr, Greg Topp, who's a partner, and then Sanjay Sani as well. Guys, thank you so much for your time. Was on the website. You can visit them at rdfa.com. Give them a call, 614-451-2248. John, you're going to have to explain to me, and Sanjay and Greg, you guys as well, a leading engineering firm in Columbus. You guys are proud to provide the highest quality of engineering design for any clients that you get involved with. I have seen it's big clients, it's small clients. It is a very wide range. John, can you just explain to me what you guys do on a daily basis? Because I don't really even know how radio works. So it seems like what you guys do is very, very big stuff.
It is very, very big stuff, and it's stuff that people really don't see day in and day out. But we do the plumbing and the air conditioning and the lighting and the electrical design for commercial buildings. We do kindergarten schools. We do high schools. We do apartment buildings. We do senior living. We do prisons when we need to. So we do a lot of work, a lot of state work, a lot of private work.
Okay, that sounds good. Sanjay, thank you for the time as well. I know that you guys are very busy, and wanted to ask a little bit about you, because it was on the website, rdfa.com. One of you is an electrical engineer, one's a mechanical engineer. Now, it sounds like you, Sanjay, maybe have a little bit of a different role than John and Greg have as well.
Yes, that's correct. I'm an electrical engineer, and Greg and John are both mechanical engineers. We are all OSU alumni, so we definitely look forward to working at OSU on various projects.
Yeah, for sure. I actually noticed, again, when I was kind of perusing through, Ohio State was a client, and I'm also an OSU alum, and I spent a lot of time at the Mirror Lake Creamery, and I noticed there was a picture on the website, and I was like, I think these guys did. I think RDFA redid the Mirror Lake Creamery. I think it's called the Mirror Lake Eatery now in Pomerane Hall, but I was like, I think these guys redid this, and it looks fantastic since it got redone.
Yeah, that
was
been,
great. Spent time at Mirror Lake, too. I don't think I jumped in, though. That's not permitted anymore.
Yeah, I don't think it is permitted. Unfortunately, that got canceled a few years ago. Guys, do you have a favorite project? And Greg, we'll go to you on this one. Again, you mentioned that you're all Ohio State alums, but do you have a project that stands out to you with the time that you have been?
I think mine is finishing construction now at Lancaster High School.
Okay.
300,000 square foot building. It had a career tech in it and gym and auditorium. And just because of the size of it, and it was our 7th building for the school district that we did, the 7th and last, they're done now building buildings out there. So that was a lot of fun.
Sanjay?
So at OSU, for OSU, Griggs Reservoir Boathouse, it's a 24,000 square foot building for the OSU crew team and Greater Columbus Rowing Association, just located on the west side of the Scioto River near Fishinger. That was a great project to work on.
It's beautiful to drive past, too. Riverside in the fall with the foliage. Like, that building does look awesome. John, do you have one that stands out above the rest of you?
Oh, I think, like Greg said, a lot of the K-12 schools that we have been doing, we've got a great partner in Shore Architects that we work with all the time, and the projects that we do with them we're really proud of.
All right, it's fantastic. Before we get you guys out of here, I know that you're very busy, and thank you again for taking time out of your busy day. Greg, I got to leave you out, unfortunately. I know you were supposed to be at the game, but Sanjay, John, you guys were down on the field with Surest for their game day sweepstakes. It had to be a pretty awesome experience getting down there, especially as OSU alums, and kind of getting some access. John, we'll go to you first.
Oh, being down there on the field, especially when OSU scored a touchdown, they were on the other end of the field, but it still was great experience to be down there and just hear the crowd and hear the excitement at that level.
Sanjay, it's got to be pretty cool. I haven't done that before, so you guys are pretty lucky to be in that capacity to be able to win that.
Yeah, that was a great experience. We got great seats. We saw Brutus zip line into the stadium and saw a great game. So a win-win for us.
Absolutely it is. My son, he's 2.5 years old. His favorite thing in the world. Like, he always tries to go back on the DVR and try to find Brutus jumping off of and doing like the zip line down into Ohio Stadium. Guys, thank you for your time. Before we get you out of here, Greg, I know that maybe you have a take. What's your expectations about Rutgers coming into town? It's senior day. It's the last time we're going to get to see some of these guys here dress up for the Scarlet and Gray before the trip at the end of the month, of course, to the big house.
I think it'll be like 40-0, personally.
Okay, I think that's pretty good. I think a lot of Buckeye fans are kind of on the same boat as you guys. Guys, I can't appreciate it enough. You can give them a visit online at rdfa.com. Give them a call, 614-451-2248. The fellows from Roger D. Fields Associates Incorporated. John, Sanjay, Greg, thank you guys so much for your time. Enjoy the game this weekend. Have a great Thanksgiving, and hopefully we'll check in again down the road, all right?
Thank you.
Yep. Thanks so much. Thank you.
The fellows from RDFA. Good stuff right there. All of them Buckeyes, 4 Buckeyes talking shop, and they are way smarter than I am. So that was fantastic. I got an Ott's Coffee interview lined up, too, for our Sure Small Business Sweepstakes winners. Hopefully we can get to that coming up either next week or a couple of weeks away from now. How about our extravaganza of ticket giveaways tonight? Congratulations to Christian and Ryan. Christian out of Mount Vernon, Ryan out of Galloway. They're going to watch the Buckeye Hoops team take on Mount St. Mary's coming up on Tuesday. And then Robert out of Columbus. He's going to be watching the Buckeyes play tomorrow in the Horseshoe against Rutgers. Do you get a little choked up, Pat, knowing that it might be your last time watching Ohio State in Ohio Stadium this season?
I did think about that today, actually, when I got in my car and I have my credentials for football and then we have all the other sports that were just sitting on my passenger seat. And I was like, oh, Saturday will be the last time I probably need one of those, because I couldn't remember if last year for Tennessee, if we just used our regular, I think we did end up using our regular credentials, but there was some debate about how that all would go because the college football playoff obviously runs there. But yeah, it's crazy. Gerd said it, like how fast this season goes. I can only imagine being a player and like going through it all and, you know, having it come to this point where, you know, again, you still have so much to play for, right? But this is your last game here. And, you know, I mean, they'll get this, you know, the guys that are coming back will get spring game and stuff like that. But we're talking late August, early September next year when you have a meaningful game back in the shoe, most likely.
Yeah, for sure, right? And then you look at next year's schedule, and the big non-conference game is Texas on the road, right? Like Texas came here, you got to go on the road, so it's going to be a little bit of a while before they're back. Hopefully this is the last time that they're here this year. Right. Let's not to say that everyone's not anticipating and or excited for them to make the playoffs, but I think if they were to get to the playoffs and you're having a home game in Columbus, something I think has gone terribly wrong within these last 2 to 3 games.
Yeah, not ideal. I mean, it worked out in the end last year, but we'd all like it to work out the best way possible.
Yeah, for sure. Before we get out of here tonight, we got the Kevin Stefanski Show coming up at 8 o'clock. What's your thoughts on tomorrow's game, right? Weather looks fine. Beautiful afternoon in the Horseshoe in late November. Don't know if Jeremiah is going to go. Don't know if Carnell Tate's going to go, but I think given the circumstances about Greg Schiano's defense this year and them being an average offense, it does feel like almost every other game that has happened this season that Ohio State should get out, throttle up early, and then kind of maybe hit it into cruise control well into the second half.
Yeah, I think Gerd talked about Greg Schiano wanting to get out there healthy. Like, Buckeyes need to not pick up anything else, right? We don't want to be talking about this again going into the Michigan game. So get out of there healthy. And, yeah, just do what you've done all season. I mean, I don't think that'll be an issue. I don't think they're going to be looking past Rutgers or anything like that. So just keep on rolling and take the same approach. You can win this game similar to the way you won last week. I think you feel pretty good heading to Ann Arbor.
Yeah, agreed with that wholeheartedly, right? Like either 0 points, 10 points, whatever it is. This is a really good offense. Like Greg Schiano and the Rutgers Scarlet Knights do have some dudes on that side of the ball. But again, like the defense this year has been nothing short of spectacular. Pat, I had a great time with you here on this lovely Friday evening. I don't know when I'm going to talk to you next because, again, we have a pretty interesting schedule next week. So with that being said, have a great Thanksgiving. Enjoy Senior Day tomorrow. And maybe, just maybe, next Friday night, not at this time, but a little bit later, we'll give you a call as the Buckeyes are taking on Pitt in basketball.
Oh, yeah. I'll be in Ann Arbor.
I know you will.
Or somewhere up in Michigan.
So can you do the postgame show with me? And Pat said, no, I'm going to be up in Ann Arbor for the game. Everyone have an awesome night. The Kevin Stefanski Show is up next on The Fan.
Starting Monday, it's rivalry week. We call it that because the Buckeyes play a very annoying team from Michigan. Clever.
Sponsored by your Central Ohio Toyota dealers.
The Fan.
Back for a limited time, the French dip from Firehouse Subs. Piled high with premium roast beef, caramelized onions, and melty provolone cheese on a freshly toasted garlic butter roll. Served with warm, savory au jus for dipping. This premium French dip is only at Firehouse Subs for a limited time. Head to your nearest Firehouse Subs or order ahead and skip the line. And remember, Firehouse Subs catering is perfect to feed the whole crew on game day. Limited time at participating Firehouse Subs restaurants while supplies last.
Hey Columbus, it's Lorenzo Stiles Jr., Ohio State student athlete. Football runs deep in my family. My dad played here, and now my brother and I are proud to carry on that tradition. At Monogram Homes, family matters too. They treat every homeowner like one of their own, building with care, precision, and pride. Monogram doesn't just build houses, they build homes, crafted just for you. So whether you're starting your first home or designing your dream space, Monogram Homes has got your back every step of the way. Visit monogramhomes.net to start building today. Monogram Homes, a builder you can trust.
I love the neighborhood where I grew up, but it was tough.
Ohio State National Championship quarterback and former CareSource kid, Cardale Jones.
Football helped me find my direction, but I also needed the right support system. Seeing that CareSource heart around town, I just knew they had my back. That's the kind of difference they still make in neighborhoods like mine. This is so much more than health insurance. CareSource, today and always. Trusted. Visit caresource.com.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium presented by Experience Columbus. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium tours offer a variety of options and pricing. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour. Ohio Stadium Tours, presented by Experience Columbus.
They're trained. They're prepared.
Let's do it.
They're Ohio's undefeated plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling team. And they're here to tackle your problems. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Donato's is bringing you huge savings on a large pizza. For a limited time, get any large one-topping Donato's pizza for just $10.99 when you order online and pick it up. That's right, just $10.99. I'm going with that pepperoni, but hey, you pick your favorite topping. Then pick up your large one-topping pizza for just $10.99 when you order online using promo code PICKUP. That's promo code PICKUP. Pick up your Donato's and save